Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back to the Underdark. A big hi hello to everyone over at CarniSideShow. Thanks for joining us today. How you doing? And a big hi hello to my players. We missed last week. It feels like ages. And it's so good to be back with you all. Now, let us also say a big hello and thank you to those of you joining us live. Thank you for jumping in and watching our game here, and also those of you that get the chance later on in the VOD squad to catch up with our stories. We appreciate it whenever you get the chance to do that. Thank you so much. And we are here in the middle. Halfway through the session, we'll be halfway through the birthday week extravaganza. We've had all these sessions. We've got sessions every day. We've got 7 sessions in 6 days. It's going to be lots of fun. It is lots and lots of fun already, and it's going to continue to be so. More information about what's coming up as we get to the end of today. But also, let me say a big thank you to those wonderful people down under. Hey, Kage, how you doing? Those wonderful people down under there in Sirenscape for all of the interesting music, sound effects, and general ambiance that you'll be hearing in our game today. And if you want to give them a try, they have some free sound sets that you can try out, and then you can become a subscriber, or as they call it, a super siren, if you want. They have released this week for us super sirens already, publicly coming out on Friday, the Chapter 4 sounds for Curse of Strahd, just in time for tonight when we are back in Barovia. But I digress. I also say a big, massive thank you to the sources of music that we have, those over at Dark Fantasy Studio, I believe. Is it me or someone who's missing? Yes, Kage, I'm afraid we are missing a member today, as they are busy doing adulty things. But doing work meetings and the like. But we shall surge on regardless. Yes, a big thank you to those people over at Dark Fantasy Studio for the wonderful music that they released on their Humble Bundle a while ago. And also over on YouTube, the channels RPG Music Maker Travis Savoy and also Epic Journey. And finally on Patreon, the wonderful, wonderful music from Will Savino, whose name I butchered yesterday when I tried to guess it. I think I called him Will Savoy or something. It's like, nope, that's the other guy. Just mixing them all together. But anywho, yes, do give them a check. On the VOD, in the YouTube VOD, there are all of the links to those wonderful people, as well as other channels that you might want to peruse, such as CarniSideShow, Ignatius here, and other such delights that are available on the Twitch channel. Wonderful stuff going on everywhere. Now, that said, let us have a quick recap and remind ourselves what's been going on, as it has been a fortnight since we were together here in the Underdark. Let us go back. It says at various points around the screen here, out of the abyss, but I would like to maybe rebrand our adventure here, rename our adventure. So, last time on the Trials of Ignatius, that's what we can call let's call the stream that now. Just everything bad happens to our poor barbarian. He's a big boy though, he can take it. Last time, Ignatius was grappled and pulled beneath the waters of the Dark Water region by a water weird that had lunged up out of the depths and grabbed him. His party members dived in quickly to rescue their friend, and they managed to slay the creature. And the D&D I enjoy the most. Kage, thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful thing. Still for you to say. Thank you so much. Now, they dived in and they rescued their friend from the creature that was trying to drown him. And as they were doing so, they noticed something glinting down below on the floor of the watery depths. And going down to investigate, they found a Kuatoa, the fish folk of the Underdark, much like our friend Shushar. Here. Where is he? I'm not on the right screen. Hang on. Bear with me. Shushar. Oh, whoa, no, he went upside down. That guy. Okay. So yes, our Courtois friend here, Shushar, you found a statue of one of their lost gods, as they are wont to change their religious beliefs somewhat frequently, and they believe in their new gods. They believe in these constructions so fiercely, so strong, that they actually become a real god, an actual religious being worshipped by these folk for however short a time or longer time as they see fit. Those of you that joined us last night would have seen how fleeting that can be, especially with the outside influence of adventurers, those pesky, pesky adventurers. Now, going down to pry the fist-sized pearls that were the eyes of this statue, Ignatius leant into it with his crowbar and retrieved the treasure, and for his troubles, was driven mad. Excuse me being dramatic with the music. Sorry, I knew I was climbing it. I've heard some of these songs so much, I know where they're going. And unfortunately, luckily it was a brief bout of madness, as he was suddenly terrified by the oppressive darkness surrounding with his lack of dark vision and the overall stress of being down here in the Underdark, away from the Feywild that he calls home, had an unfortunate effect on him. But his allies, Corbin, Elora, and Zakan, who's not with us today, although he is... Where is he? Peeking at hello. Speaking of that, hello. Okay. He is kicking around somewhere. They were able to calm him down and restore him back to his normal self. They continued to paddle silently across the waters of the Dark Lake with Kuatoa Shashar, the priest, hermit, who is well versed in the ways of this region. It is actually his travels throughout this region, which is considered by many Kuatoa to be some sort of a meditative pilgrimage, if you will, to travel the waterways of the Dark Lake. It is during these travels that he thinks he has come across a secret, a universal truth that he desperately wants to impart to all the rest of the Kuatoa, which is why he's leading them to this settlement, Slubludup, which is also the nearest habitation to where they escaped from the Drow encampment. And as you were splashing silently through the Dark Lake waters, you came across a little tableau, if you will, a vessel created from the giant mushrooms, much as your own, but this one run aground and broken on the jagged rocks next to a gravel beach at the edge of the water. Investigating further, you found drag marks and blood stains on the beach, and within the vessel itself, a great axe identical to that Ignatius bears. Quickly investigating around some rocks towards the back of the beach, you discovered a grisly sight, as Ignatius found one of his Eladrin colleagues, comrades from his old campaigning days, thought dead, but he's recently discovered that they were also captured and brought down here, and this one seems not to have been so lucky as he has been. And their legs, covered in hundreds and hundreds of tiny bites and lacerations, one of the legs from the shin down, eaten and stripped away to the bone itself. Unfortunately, Ignatius's comrade had succumbed to the blood loss and was no longer with us. And it is here that we rejoin everyone, as the group of allies that escaped with them from the slavers' camp, our group that you can see here on the picture there, desperately trying to pin down Demogorgon. Everyone's just jumped on his chest and no, hold him back. All of these, they banded together and they dug a grave so that Corbin, our monk, well versed in the funerary traditions of various races and peoples, could lay them to rest properly and give them the peace that they deserved. But before that happens, let's quickly get a little hi hello and an introduction from each of our players. I'm going to go as I'm looking at it from left to right. Ignatius, please.
My name is Ignatius Poppy's Virillis. I am a Minotaur barbarian from the elven kingdom of Luthelspar. I was captured by the Drow on one of my mini scouting missions, and seems they had laid a trap to wait for us. I was taken to the prison where I met these fine people, but the rest of my party, my comrades, have been taken somewhere else. So my only goal right now is to find them and save them.
Thank you very much. And Chris here is joining us from CarniSideShow. Can you shove something in our chat there, Chris, so that people can get their link for that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, just going to quick say hello in our chat here. If you want to check them out, as you really should, they have lots of crazy one-shots and fun times, and also their Saturday morning campaign, a modern-day setting, but D&D 5e nonetheless. There he is. Hi. Next to Ignatius, we have Corbin.
Hi everybody, I'm Buns and I'm playing Corbin, a monk who was in the Black Raven Monastery who decided to run away from their family's plans. And after hearing about the lovely Lady Allura and her ragtag group of all female fighters, they thought they could help out.
Thank you very much. And finally, last but not least, by any means, Elora.
Hey, I'm Sam. I play Allura. She is a high elf rogue from Myth Draenor. She ran away from home and she started an outlaw band that Corbin is now attempting to join. And she is with this group trying to help all the NPCs get home and also kind of find her other outlaw band members that she's lost along the way.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yes. When it all comes down to it, it was all about the friends we lost along the way. No, that's not how it goes. They actually, if you get the check, not to sponsor or anything, but if you get the chance to check out Shadow and Bone on Netflix, it's very, very good. I binge watched it and finished it already. It's so good. Very
already.
Yeah. Lots of Eberron vibes. Lots of really cool Eberron vibes. The kind of
I
technology.
kept hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to give it a look.
Yeah, it's really good. And they've got a nice little D&D party of a cast going on there. But one of them had the goal. One of the scriptwriters had the goal to put it was the friends we made along the way. In the end, I was like, "How dare you? How dare you?
How dare!"
Okay, thank you so much. Now, usually we would have one more person to introduce themselves, but unfortunately they are busy and unable to join us today. But Stephen, down there in the land of Kiwis and sound political leadership, they are too busy with work, I'm afraid, and unable to join us today. But Zakan, their scourge Asamar, with their mask covering their celestial glow, will be with us, no fear, as you saw there lurking just off camera there. Now, we return and find ourselves on this gravel beach, the body of Ignatius's comrade laid to rest in a deep enough grave that it won't be disturbed by the various denizens and creatures that prowl these caverns. Let me bring things down here a little bit. Corbin, you step to the front.
So one of the things about the Eladrin or Eladrin, whichever way you choose to pronounce it, is that they do live for a very long time. So when one of them goes, it's seen as a return of energy that otherwise would have just been spent living another long life. So one of the things that's done at the funeral rites is that you make a mandala about their stories and who they were. The only person that would be able to actually help me do that would be you, Ignatius. So if you and Corbin would start gathering the stones on the gravel, you would start making basically just like little patterns of all the stones around where the grave would be, and it would just create a simple little almost maze-like picture, almost like that was the marking of it. The only they offer that if you didn't bury them with their weaponry, that you could use it to kind of like go through the maze, signifying the beginning to the end of their life, but that's all you could do for them. That's the only other thing you could do for them.
Wow.
That's beautiful. So, Ignatius, what will you do with the battle axe? Will you bury it with them, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna bury it
So-
with them.
Yeah, I'll place it inside with him and just take a look at this pattern and just. This is probably the kindest way you could send her off. I appreciate it.
You know, after a while, it'll go back. Just like she will also go back. And just like your memories will go back to where they belong. Out into the energy for everything to be free. And then they kind of go like skipping along after that. Like they didn't just say something all wise. And
Oh, okay. Well, good talk.
oh, if you want to talk to them, they don't. They're like, yeah. La la la.
Okay. Thank you. As the rest of you, Jimjar, the little Sverfneblin deep gnome, says, "Hey guys, let's give him a moment, eh?" And kind of leads you away back towards the edge of the water, towards your boats that have been pulled up onto the beach, and you leave Ignatius stood there. And as you do, you witness something that none of you have seen yet. A mysterious sight as Ignatius stands there, kind of almost in vigil over the grave, appearing in the darkness around him. You see other Minotaur, ghostly, ethereal projections wafting in and out of your vision like mist that hasn't quite formed. But Ignatius stands vigil, but not alone. As Ignatius, your ancestors join you in sending off this warrior. Any last words before you leave them to their rest?
I guess I'll probably recite all the deeds they did, like all the successful battles and all the awards or championships they've won. Kind of reciting it as a warrior's creed. Just leave them silently.
Okay. And the rest of you see these kind of ghostly, ethereal visions, but you don't hear what Ignatius hears. But Ignatius, as you recite their deeds and come to a close and go to move away, your ancestors chime in. Yes. They have brought honor and pride to their name. We shall watch them now. And you actually see, stepping from between the ranks of your ethereal ancestors, a similarly ghostly apparition of your Eladrin comrade, stepping forward from amongst them and joining their ranks. You are unable to rescue them, but they will join you and travel with you as you continue into the Underdark.
Kind of turn toward them and say, at least you can keep fighting in the afterlife.
And they bow to their commander. And you turn and crunch across the beach. Yeah.
Just say to them, let's go save the rest of them. Turn around.
You crunch back across the gravel and meet up with the others at the boats. Shishar says, "Thank you, Corbin. Bless you. That was a very nice send-off. I'm always fascinated by the misguided, strange religious practices of others."
Yeah, okay, fair. Could see it that way.
Come now,
so
everyone.
was I.
Let us make pace and head to the village and the city of my people before any such fate befalls any of us. You will clamber back into the boats and start continuing on your way. Same groupings as before, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I might ask for a.
Wait,
no.
yeah, somebody should be in the boat with you.
Like somebody.
I would. Well.
So yeah,
I have-
Corbin.
The only
I
one who
have
can
dark
see in the
vision.
dark. I don't have dark
Laura.
vision.
Yeah, Alora's there with him, with Ignatius. So, but I mean, Corbin. I mean, if you want to swap, I mean, Elora could go with Prince Darendal. It's fine.
we can
I bet
switch Elvis. It's fine.
bet it would be fine. I just say because of all the things that they were experiencing the last time we went in the boats, I'm like, Corbin's gonna point out maybe somebody should sit with him. But they don't have dark vision. I think it's one of the weird changelings don't have dark vision, but they don't.
It's okay. Jim Jar and Eldith are there as well in the boats. So there's a pretty solid crew in that boat. Okay. Now, as you do this, this is where I try and do my Stephen impression. As you set off again, Zakarn turns to you all, and he's like, "Now, everyone, as before, I really do think that stealth is the best way, and Corbin, Ignatius, if it's all right with you, darkness is our friend here."
Yeah. You're gonna be put on my torch, aren't you?
If that's okay with you.
It is, but I'm not gonna like it.
I thank you. We shall lead the way, Shishar and I. Stay close. Be careful.
Panic punch is locked and loaded.
Quick game question: did we do like a short rest this time, or
You kind of, yes, yeah, definitely.
I heal some of my points back up?
So, anything that you would like to do as you paddle your way, continuing towards Sloop-a-doop?
Can't do anything. I was gonna say I'm gonna keep a lookout. No, I'm not.
No. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do a perception check for Zakarn. Boop. Natural 20.
Hey.
He's super observant, apparently. Where is it?
What do you see with your eye?
Okay, those natural 20s fly. Okay, so he is like looking out carefully, whispering, quietly with Shishar as they're making their way forward. And Alora, would you like to give us a check for in the back there?
Sure.
With
Should I
advantage,
roll?
because Eldith is helping you.
Okay.
So,
I
2D.
rolled.
Sorry.
Is there a roll passive perception or investigation? Or...
No, it's just your perception skill. So in the middle section of the character sheet, your perception is +1.
+1. Okay.
Yes. So roll 2d20 and take the highest and +1.
First one was not great. That was a 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one was a dirty 20.
Hey. Okay, so 19 +1. Excellent. So yeah, we've a good set of eyes in the front and the back, it seems, and you're making your way forwards. Now, again, your journey takes you through a dizzying array. Those of you that can witness this, two of you are just hearing the splash of water, and every now and then the others will tell you to duck or move down as the cavern ceiling comes right down or just above the surface of the water, just making enough room to pass by in the boats, but not much else. And as you pass through these, sometimes the walls close right in, so you're basically going through a tunnel, like a canal almost. Other times it opens up into these vast spaces like we have on Roll20 here, and you're careful with those perception checks. You do manage to avoid rocks, some which are visible and poking up through the water surface, but others dangerously just below the water surface, so basically invisible to if you're not being careful, but just as dangerous to your boats. But with those perception checks, you do manage to avoid those. Now, at one point, Shishar says to Zakan,
"Yes, we are getting very close now. Not much longer."
and he kind of it almost looks visibly excited to be coming so close to home. So, anything that you would like to ask your friends in the boats here? Ignatius, Elora, you're with Jim Jar there. Corbin, you've got the twins, Topsy Turvy, and our prince himself.
I think I'm just keeping an eye on Ignatius to see if there's any signs of madness, or before he gets to that state, if I can intervene and talk to him and see how he's doing.
Buns, do you want to jump in, roll 20?
Yes. I thought I was.
I believe not.
Am I still suffering the effects?
No, it was
Or
only,
is
that was a 10-minute thing.
10-minute thing.
Yeah,
So
look, see? You're only... Oh, so you can't, it doesn't really work with the thing behind it. You're only level 1 madness.
Oh,
yeah?
good,
So,
okay.
so it's only a temporary effect.
Here we go. I had to refresh. Here I am.
Next
So I'll
time,
probably
next
Yeah.
time that will level up.
turn to Laura and just be like, I think I'm fine now. It was whatever Zakan had me go grab down there.
I should warn you, it's quite a steep curve. It's the max is 3.
Oh.
So it's not like a 10-point scale or anything. It's pretty.
Definitely going to therapy once we get to this.
Yeah, don't ever feel afraid to ask for help or reach out to one of us. We're all here for you.
Well, usually I would rely on my comrades, but I suppose you are my comrades now. And I thank you for being here.
I hope you can think of us that way.
Now, Elora, as you say that, you say, yes, if you ever need help, if you ever need to reach out to any of us, we're all here for you, aren't we? And you turn round. Eldrith isn't there.
What? Where's Eldritch? Where'd she go? And I start checking, like, off the boat to see if she fell in the water or something.
And Corbin, you can't see, but you hear Topsy and Turvy going, where's the prince?
What do you mean? Where's the prince? He's... Nope.
And Zakan says, you hear Zakan say, Sarith, as the drow has also disappeared from that boat. As one member from
I'm
each
going
boat
to grab the twins.
has vanished. Mine! Okay. And they're feeling like, clinging back to you as well.
Yeah, I put my hands on their shoulders. Like this.
Jim Jar's like, what was that? Where did you go? Where did she go? I bet I bet she's okay.
Did anyone hear anything?
Just you yapping to him.
Nope.
Love Ignatius just like,
We turn around. Do you think? Should we call
Okay.
out? Do we risk it?
it's not like they don't already know where we are. I mean, wait, we're whispering. It's not like they don't already know where we are.
Maybe everyone should turn on their lights. Get the torches back up.
Flint.
Does this light illuminate anything?
Right? Wait a second.
Corbin.
Hmm.
Can you make me an athletics check, please?
I would prefer not to, but okay. Athletics. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, okay, no, I got it. Ah. That is a 12 plus 1 for a 13.
A 13. Okay. As you're clinging onto the twins here, you feel a sudden pull, a sudden tug, a sudden wrench, and with a 16 on my part, Turvey is yanked from your grasp and disappears.
No, no!
Topsy's like, Turvey! Turvey!
Nope. This is gonna sound really dumb. Maybe. Corbin's going to pinch a piece of their clothing and the other one's clothing with their nail things to like clip them together so that if they get hooked, they get yoinked too. On the off chance this happens to me again. I lost one of the tinies.
Okay. And Shashar, you hear Shashar's voice from that boat above. He's like,
Zukan! Zukan!
Oh.
Everyone? I'm alone up here now.
You need to come to this boat. Sir, I need you to come to this boat.
I immediately light a torch. I'm just like, okay, they already know where we are. Let's.
Should we find land? Should we get out of this water? Which I don't know. I don't know where to go.
Yes. Yes, that thing. Out of water now, please. Does he make it to our boat? I really want him in our
Shasha?
boat now.
you want Shashar to do that? Yeah, he paddles
Yeah.
over. He paddles over to you and rafts up with you, so he's right next to yours.
Is this how the other people disappeared? Are you sure this doesn't happen regular to you?
This has never happened before. I don't hear anything. I don't see anything.
So far, once a session, Corbin has regretted this decision. It's like, wait.
Is this group all really all that good?
Wait a second.
Okay, so you.
Okay.
mhm. So yeah, you're gathered together. Let me bring him over to you.
All right. We're together. I agree that we should probably go to land. Maybe this is a not water destination anymore. I'm just saying, we seem to do better on land.
Yeah, water has not been our best environment for fighting in the past.
Shashar says to you,
Whatever it is, has chosen this location on purpose. There is no dry land nearby. Only sheer rock walls.
We. They're gonna look at Elora. It kind of like in a, well, you're technically gonna be my boss. Are we diving in after them? Do we save them? Does anybody have anything that glows underwater? Do I have to go under there?
We've lost Khan, and he is our light. Shaw, would you happen to know of any creature that's this stealthy that lives in this lake? Could you provide us with any information before we go blindly diving into this water?
Yes, don't do that.
Don't.
Although
What do
we
you
know
have
we-
before
they
we
went in the
leave?
water for sure.
Don't.
Say again, sorry, Chris.
We know they went in the water for sure, or did we hear that? Or
There's nowhere else they could have gone.
oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, it's true. They could have
Hear
been
a
pulled
splash.
up. They could have
You
been
gotta
pulled.
answer the question.
I would say, yes, there was like, especially you, Corbin, when you felt Turvey get pulled out of your hands. Yeah, there was a splash of water. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Good question, Chris. That was good. Yes, because ropers and things are a thing, aren't they? Ooh, Jim
Now that
Jar.
I've lit the torch, can I see anything
Ooh.
under the water?
Okay.
maybe, or-
Ignatius, Elora, you hear Jim Jar go, no, yeah, fuck off, and
Try to move him.
he did it himself. He escaped. He got he only got an 8, but the thing in the water only got a 4. So he managed to slip out. He's like, and he looks around as he's managed to escape, and he's stayed in the boats, and he points a shaky finger at Shishar. It was more like him. What have you led us into? What are you doing? I bet he's behind this.
Shishar's like, no, not at all, is it? No. What are you talking about?
I motion for Corbin and the Serpent of Lynn to come to our boat, if possible. Can we fit 5 people in there?
No, but you can put your boats together.
Okay.
Corbin's gonna send. This is Topsy, yes, or is this turn?
Topsy.
Alright, so they're gonna send Topsy, but kind of like over there closer. But can I prepare an action?
Of course, yeah.
If anything comes towards me, I would like to prepare a key point in order to do a hand of harm on it to like grab it and just.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. Okay, so yeah, so that's you see the energy start to writhe. What does it actually look like, Corbin?
For the hand of harm, it sort of actually has the same tint as my shirt. This odd purple kind of ribbon of energy kind of goes around their wrist and goes and makes pseudo versions of the nails they have on their other hand.
Nice.
The one with nails is their hand of healing, but the one
Yeah.
without is their hand of harm.
Okay. I wouldn't have guessed that one.
You never know.
Now,
Hmm.
when you prepare hand of harm, you're saying it's like your shirt. Do you also grin like that Cheshire cat? You're like,
I do not, but my mask does.
There we go. Nice.
It's very happy when I do bad things.
Okay. So all of you are huddled together in your boats. I think, Corbin, how do you react to this accusation against Shishar?
That was me reacting to it. Is if this person is possible danger, and not only I hope
Okay.
it doesn't make light for me to see a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's a threat.
Shishar turns to you and he's like,
No, Corbin, please. This is... I do not know. This must be some rival sect or something. Maybe during my time in my travels and my time in the Drow camp, maybe a new god has arisen.
How long have you been gone?
2 years at the least.
2
My-
years. You've
my-
had no contact with these people.
My journey took me through the Dark Lake region, around and about the place, and then the last few months I was with the Drow. I haven't been to Sloopy Dog, but I do not know what's going on.
Are you going to attach a roll to that squid, that suspicious gaze?
I'm
called-
not poking him yet, but he's getting there.
Your eyes are making an insight check. Do you want to?
yes, thank you. Where did I D20?
I'm sorry. I don't want to like suggest things like that, but there have been several times
No,
in
the
campaigns
squint, the squint.
recently. Several times in campaigns recently where there really should have been an insight check and there wasn't one made.
I roll. Okay. Plus 2 is 11.
11. Okay. He's telling the truth, as far as you can tell. He looks disturbed as well. And you know your short experience with him. He's a complete pacifist. You know, doesn't believe in any kind of aggressive action at all.
I would like to also prepare an action for my
Yes, please.
longbow. If something comes out of the water again, I would like to shoot it. So I'm just
Okay.
holding my bow, watching the water, waiting for something.
Ignatius, how about you?
All right. Yeah. I'll just get my great axe ready then.
Okay.
For anything.
Noted.
Corbin's gonna look to the others and like really like in a hushed tone kind of go, if he doesn't know what's going on, but they seem to be possibly from where he is, then why don't we let him take one of us? If he takes one of us down there, like he's helping, then at least we'll be able to find the others.
Yep. Ignatius. Does a 17 hit you?
It does.
Okay, as you're having this conversation, a net comes arcing out of the darkness and wraps around Ignatius, causing 0 bludgeoning damage. Quote.
Yay!
What? How did that happen?
What?
Oh yeah, it does. It says it's clickable, so I thought there was damage, so I clicked it to see, and it just came up as 0. And actually, read it properly here. On a hit, it causes 0, which is 1d0 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Actually says 1d0. Say, what?
Roll that 1d0.
Okay, here I go.
Want to see me do it again?
I lost it. I don't know where it went. Sorry.
No.
I think I know what the result was. Don't worry. So yes, but you are restrained, sir. As this netting made of strange kind of organic material and kind of sinewy, almost kind of gut kind of thread wraps around you and surrounds you.
Okay. Since I had my axe out, can I try and slice it away or something?
On your turn, yes, but similar
I need to roll an initiative.
nets also come. Shoop, and shoop. Okay, Corbin, a natural 1 means that you quickly duck and nimbly avoid a net that comes soaring out of the darkness towards you. Elora, does a 13 hit?
My armor class is
Yes.
15.
15. Okay, so yeah, you manage. You see it coming just with your short sword and just cut it out of the air, and it splashes harmlessly into the water. Meanwhile, Ignatius. Trials of Ignatius. We're definitely rebranding this whole adventure. As Ignatius is captured and tangled in this net. Yes, I think a little initiative might be in order, dear friends. Let me bring that up for us. Boop. There you go. Should show there. She. Oh, Jimja, why? Natural 1.
Don't say. Oh, Jim Jar why?
Got natural 1 on his initiative.
Roll a 12 on mine.
Oh, Toby's faster. Oh, so it's not Toby though, it's Topsy. Oh, sorry, no, sorry, it was Topsy that was grabbed. Sorry, not, it was, I thought that was the wrong way, I got that the wrong way around. Sorry. Topsy was grabbed, it's Toby that's with you, the quiet, sullen one. Corbin, do you want to type, and Ignatius, do you want to put your initiative in there?
Oh, yeah.
This is every time. Please let me do the thing.
Okay. Bear with me, I'm just waiting for some tokens here. Come on, roll 20.
While
you
we
can
are
do
waiting
it.
there, could somebody tell me how to put my initiative into the turn order thing on roll 20 again? 'Cause
You
it's
just
not letting
click-
me do it.
You should be able to just click on the number and type it in.
I thought so too, but I'm
Right.
clicking it and it's not
No?
letting me.
Rude.
12.
What is it? 12? Okay.
Yes. Well,
Strange. Sorry about that. All right. Come on, roll 20. Please give me tokens to use.
or don't give them tokens because that means nothing's happening.
Don't listen to them. Roll 20. Don't listen to them.
They're nets, so I assume it's the drow. Caught up
Oh,
to
oh
us.
no, Nets. I thought you said candy. Ah.
Well, Ignatius, Chris will tell you that candy can also be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Never mind. Jeez.
What on earth was that one shot? It was crazy.
Just, yeah.
I would play Candyland. I would play a Candyland campaign.
I mean, there's definitely you could definitely work something together with all those amazing locations on that board game. Yeah.
Have you ever played the Wendy's one shot?
No.
Oh man,
No.
it's good. It's fun.
Go on.
I didn't get to see it either because they just got into that kind of controversy when Critical Role did it, so they never aired
Yeah.
it. They played it, but they never aired it.
Yeah. Well, somebody bootlegged it, so it is online somewhere.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good.
Oh, right. So I think. Oh no. Bear with me, folks. I'm just getting our things here. Okay, good lord, it's not showing me tokens. It's okay, I will keep track of it and we can go this other way. Right, so anyway, so, whoop. And also this guy. Whoop. All right. All right. So, Ignatius, you are first, and you see heads, like domes, glistening, dark-skinned, kind of in. It's not. I'm not sure if it's like it's not dark skin, but it's the. This is the way that the light is in this place, and you see the water kind of glistening off these kind of hairless, domed heads that rise up out of the water and are observing you from a distance away, a distance of 15 feet
Ah,
off the side of the boat.
God, my one weakness. Distance.
Don't you have javelins or something?
Yeah, I do.
There you go.
First, I gotta get out of this net. So,
Ah, true. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
alright.
you can give me strength check.
Okay, first I'm gonna rage. Action.
Yes.
And then, so that gives me advantage on strength checks.
Nice.
So just a straight strength check.
Yes, please.
Okay, good thing. Oh no. That's an 11.
The DC was 10. So you just see Ignatius go, "Grr," just tear this net asunder as he, breaks his way free. Anything else? That bonus action was to rage, right? So you're just sticking where you are?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does that
Okay.
count as a? It doesn't count. I have to rage again next time, don't I?
Unless you take damage.
Oh right. Okay.
So let's wait and see. But I mean, unless you caused, I think you caused this net a lot of damage. I think, right? I mean, that would destroying an item would count as maintaining the rage. I think.
I wish.
What?
Unfortunately, it's a hostile creature specific.
Ah, okay. This net had it in for you.
I
Man.
could
It really had it in for you.
Wink at you with that arrow.
Is it living?
All right. So, as you tear your way free, let's see what we got here. Just doing a quick sense here. Oh, right. Okay. Yes. The water behind you breaks and surges up as this creature comes swimming up out of the water.
Ooh.
And you see the head first
Hi.
just comes surging up out of the water and clambers onto the boat next to Ignatius and goes to attack him. And Corbin, you spot this right away. It looks like they're trying to subdue, not kill. Just the way you know the intricacies of strikes and how things can be done. And you see
what they're doing isn't a killing blow; it's just an incapacitation.
You can see that's what it looks like they're trying to do. Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Still gonna chop it.
Inisha goes to bite. 12.
For me?
Yeah.
15 is my armor class.
Okay, so goes to bite you, but you dodge out of the way. Now free. You were supposed to be in this net and supposed to be tangled up. So he looks a bit surprised when he clambers up to the boat and sees you already free, and the other two are not in the nets either. It's just like he's like, oh shit. sorry. Oh shit. But then he lashes out with his clawed fists. 15 just hits for 4 bludgeoning damage as the fist makes contact, and as it does so, there's a spark and a crackle, and lightning flashes from its claws as well, and you take 2 lightning damage as well.
Ooh.
So 6 total.
Oh, am I still raging now that he hit me? So
Yeah, there you go. The bludgeoning is 2, yeah, so 4 total. The lightning is unaffected, and then the other fist comes swinging around, but only a 10, so misses on that one. And I should change to something a bit more epic here. Battle. Okay, so as that happens, Corbin, your turn.
Okay, so.
Sorry,
Is there any movement?
he's next to Ignatius. We're doing semi on-screen, semi theater of the mind here because Roll20 is just refusing to give me tokens. How rude.
He's next to Ignatius, so then it's speed. So, question: is there any movement underneath the water where the other nets were trying to come over?
Give me a perception check. There we go.
You can finally get your tokens.
Yeah.
Perception is +2, +15, 17.
Hello.
I got bigger. 17.
No, it's your token's already big. That's why I was just making it the same size. Otherwise, they're little babies like this. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
It's cost you.
You will be my squishy. I will get an animal companion from the Underdark. You can't stop me. I'm gonna get a hook horror and name it Giggles. It's good. Great.
So many.
I would like to go back to when you did not have tokens, please. Thank you.
All right. So, sorry. Yes, Corbin. You look out into the waters. You do see, almost kind of Jaws-esque, just these bow waves breaking the surface as all of these Koa-Toa starts swimming towards you. The other ones look like this. Only that one that's next to Ignatius looks like that one. The other ones are cuter. Hi.
I can't stop seeing the edited picture where he's thumbs up. Okay, I'm looking at my thing so I know what I want to do.
And Ilorio next.
So, I moved this guy out the way. The one that is close, big guy, the one that was coming after Ignatius. First, I'm gonna say we're surrounded, and then, the net that he destroyed. Did he just like tear it in half, or was it just shredded by rage?
Yeah, I think it's pretty useless now.
Oh wait, but I dodged
Yours,
mine.
yeah, yours is
Alright,
okay.
I would like to pick up the net that was supposed to go over me,
Mhm.
and can I touch it with my hand of harm and then throw it out into the water at the other two so it catches them?
Absolutely, yeah. You can get one of them, not both of them, I'm afraid.
Fudgy biscuits, yeah, I mean. I can at least try to, right?
Which one are you going for? Like one of these down here?
No, there at the far. I would like to go with one of these if it's
behind,
not gonna ding for me.
Behind Turvy?
Yes, please.
Okay, over here, yeah. Gotcha. Go for it.
So, first thing I need to do. Sorry, laptop.
It's okay.
So am I just rolling to attack?
Yep, just roll with your dex. But no proficiency, I don't think, right?
I don't believe so. Check. Yeah, so I'm just rolling straight dex, right?
Yep.
D20 plus my dex.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I rolled a 4.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you hurl the net out towards them, but they just like dip beneath the surface, and then they come up from where it splashes and disappears. Okay.
First of all, rude.
Okay. So, that's that. And any bonus actions?
For the sake of this turn, I'm gonna say no. That way I can get my stuff together instead of sitting here for 20 minutes trying to figure out how to punch something.
Okay, so Turvy cannot do anything until they're in range, I believe. Hang on, do they have any ranged attack? Oh yeah, they got a hand crossbow. Okay, so they're like, where? And it's like, again, remember Turvy's the quiet one. Topsy's the one that's always talking and stuff. And you actually hear him for the first time. He's like, where's my sister? And like shoots at that one so that you tried to throw the net out there, but only gets a 7, so misses. Tries to shoot and missing there. And Alora, your turn.
Very, very emotional.
Longbow.
Yeah, I'd like to use my longbow on the creature that is closest to Ignatius.
That would be disadvantage because it's right up next to you.
Oh, okay. Alright, then if he's on the boat, then I'll just use my short sword.
Okay, go for it.
And that is a 16.
That hits.
Okay, my bonus action.
The finisher approaches.
no. The two weapon fighting. I'm gonna do it again, but let me tell you the damage for that one. That was 10 damage.
Nice. Okay, so you get a vicious cut across its scales. Yep. Okay. Thank you.
And then my bonus, I got a 20, but not natural 20.
Nice.
And I don't get, because it's a bonus action, I don't get the bonus. Right, I just have to roll
You hang on. With your short sword, yeah, it's just a straight d6.
Sorry, oh, just one. One damage.
Yeah. So you swing the first one, it cuts viciously across, but that draws his attention, and he's looking at you and like making these strange burbling, gargling noises. And as the other blade skips around, you see him just like duck away, and it does hit him, but kind of slides off this kind of slimy scales that he's got covering his body. Okay, and that means it's swarming time.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What was that?
Does anyone speak their language here?
Shashar is right. Shashar is right there. Yeah.
What did they say?
Right?
He's like, they seem to capture us and sacrifice us to their god.
And he did definitely say us. He was including himself in that. Okay. That's already happened. We did that one.
Okay.
Okay, so first one, the one next to the two of the ones next to Shashar are going to rise up and grab him, and you hear him shouting back. Actually, he's been so used to talking with you that he actually says it in common. He's like, "What do you mean? I'm not an unbeliever. No, I have such insight on those. No." And there's like two of them grab him, and that is gonna be only a 12. Can he escape?
Can I help?
You got a natural 20. No, just in combat like this, no, because they're on the same turn, so they're kind of assisting each other. So yeah, they had advantage, but they only got a 12, but he got a natural 20. So he's like fighting them off, and he slips out of their grasp, and they do not manage to grab him. The other one is going to throw a net at you, Corbin. Cheers, Kenny.
Nah.
And 13.
Actually, let me pull this down so I can see my AC. Oh, it's a 13.
Oh, meets
Do we
it.
roll off? Do
Nope.
I just roll?
Beats it,
the
beats it.
roller automatically win?
Beats it, I'm afraid. So, as you're looking at Shishar, I'm hoping it's going to be okay. This net comes spiraling out of the darkness and wraps around you, confining you. And then, as that's thrown, another one goes to grab Turvey and gets only a 7. Come on, Turvey. Surely to goodness. Tries to slip out of that. Yeah, 17. Turvey's like, no, get off. So it ducks out of that and does not get grabbed. Corbin, one is going to go for you. Can you please make me a athletics or acrobatics with disadvantage?
Do acrobatics. So with disadvantage, so I shall roll them twice. Alright, first one is 11 plus 5, which is a 16. Second one is... Oh, it's the 13 plus 5, which is 18, so I'm going to take the
Lower.
other one.
Yeah, 17?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, even confined by the net, you managed to...
16.
Okay, yeah, you managed to roll out of the way and break free of the grasping hands of one of these other Kotoa that comes up to grab you. One is going for Jim Jar.
Can I not be captured but purposefully get taken?
If you want to, absolutely.
Like, I'm just like, oh no, I am totally captured, but I could get out if I wanted to.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Elora, Ignatius, you see one of these creatures surge up out of the water next to Corbin and just hold them wrapped up in the net off the side of the boat and down into the water. Sure. And
No, not again.
Jim Jar, escape. Oh, just a 3, beaten by an 8. It's very low level game here, but it's working. So Jim Jar managed to escape being captured by his, and then the other one is just going to try and go for you with its attacks. Ignatius, as it goes 13 misses, right? It was only 15. Right? Yes, so yeah, it goes for you with a spear, but misses. And then Elora, can you give me a acrobatics or athletics, please?
Acrobatics, I got an 11.
11, okay. Also, Ignatius, as Corbin disappears off that side of the boat, you see another one rise up out of the water, grab Elora, and pull her down into the water on the other side.
No. Finally, I'll get to kill something.
And Jim Jar's turn, he's like, Elora, no! I bet I can get her back! And dives over the side after Elora. Smoosh!
Don't come after me, Jindar.
Too late! I bet you'll be okay!
I bet you won't.
I'll take that bet! And, sorry.
All of this is
This is
happening.
underwater,
Split
yeah.
second conversation.
I'll take that. And Ignatius, your turn.
All right. This one in front of me looks like he's kind of the strongest guy, right? Or maybe the
Yeah,
leader.
yeah, definitely a leader, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, look at that neck.
So. Yeah.
There's a yell of a leader.
Cool. So I'll look at him and be like, "Thank you for hitting me. You made me maintain my rage. I'm gonna take it out on you right now."
You sound very calm.
What you're
Been
saying?
through a lot. Been through a lot already.
Go for it.
Oh. Okay, that's a 19 plus 6.
Oof, that hits, definitely.
So, cool. Let's see. And I really need to get that feet. Okay. That is a 12 on the die. 12 plus 4, so 16 points. Slashing damage.
Nice. Okay. 16 as your axe crashes into the creature. Okay. Anything else?
No, but I just did remember that my ancestral protectors are kind of hanging around.
Just hang around. Hey guys.
So,
Let's go.
technically, anything that they do to the other players, they get a disadvantage on it. It's not against me. I forgot about that. That's
Oh,
fine.
right. Okay.
Anyway,
Noted. Thank you. Okay, so that's your turn, and this creature, whatever it is, lunges for you again, trying to knock you out, it seems, and goes to bite. Chomp, misses. Fists, natural 1, and a 14. Everything misses. Ah! And Corbin, you are being pulled underwater, down deeper and deeper. What do you do?
I mean, other than hold my breath, actually, I would like to. Thank you, cat. I would like to change I would like to make gills, please, so I don't die.
No.
Aw, but why?
So yes, it's. I mean, yeah, it's D&D. You have a long time. You just keep kicking back, and you're like, oh no, oh I am captured. But actually, you do. Oh no, sorry. I was gonna say you do see, but no dark vision. Never mind.
I don't see snarf,
Those
but
slimy clawed hands grabbing onto the net around you and pulling you down deeper and deeper. Okay. Turvy is going to attack the Koatoa next to him. 13 goes to go with his short sword. Natural 20 for 11 piercing damage. Good job.
hey, good job.
Yeah, he's blooded. No, not even bloody. He's on his last legs. The Koatoa there. Ha ha ha. Okay. Sorry, chat. This is what I was talking about here. Okay, so Turvy lashes out with the short sword, cuts across the creature and bloodies it. And then Elora, Illustrious, what are you doing?
Can I try and attack the thing that's pulling me under, or am I kind of grappled?
You're grappled at the moment, yeah, so you need to deal with that. Well, actually, hang on. Double check. Let me double check here, so I get confused with different conditions. I think because grappled's not as bad as restrained. You're not restrained. Your speed is 0, so you can't break away from the creature. And yeah, that's all. You just can't escape. You can't move on your own volition. If you want to escape, you can, but you can attack as normal if you want.
Okay, I would like to try and escape. What I roll for that?
Just athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Okay. Then I roll acrobatics, and I got a dirty 21.
Nice. You only have to say dirty if it's a 20, but it's not a natural 20.
Okay.
Otherwise, just total 21 is fine.
Okay.
So, yes, I only got an 11, so they're trying to grip onto you as strong as they can, but your hand just slips out of their kind of slippery scales, and you're underwater still, but you're free of them. Any bonus actions?
Can I hide underwater? I don't think so.
No, not really. Especially from these creatures. But you are free. You have your movements.
Yeah, I would like to swim back up and get onto the boat.
Okay, next to Ignatius or Turvy?
Ignatius.
Okay, so you slip out of this thing's grasp, you spin around and start swimming quickly back towards the boat. You meet Ginger coming the other way. He's like, I'm coming, Alona!
Ow! Alright, yeah, okay. And he starts swimming back to try and get away as well. So you, do we get, there we go. Do we get the cheesy kind of 80s TV show where, like, Ignatius, you're like slow motion fighting this massive Kotoa, and like Alora just emerges from the water in slow motion, shakes the water from her hair.
She does the Little Mermaid art.
Splash.
And
Background. In the
2
Underdark.
seconds later, gets pulled back under.
No, I was just gonna say, Prince Darendil, if he was with us, unfortunately he's disappeared, but he would have just been so blown away by this amazing sight.
I'm so glad he's not here.
Okay, so yeah, you jump up into the boats with Ignatius, a bit right even closer there. And their turn, one of them is going to go and grab Jim Jar as he's trying to frantically swim after you, Alora. So that is 15. Come on, Jim Jar. Oh no, only a 6. So, Alora, as you burst up out of the water onto the boat, Jim Jar disappears and does not surface. But that Kotoa also disappears with him. And the other one is going to go for Turvey. 10. Come on, Turvey. Slip out of it. 17. Yes. Turvey's like, oh, no, you don't. Disappears. And
I'm sad I'm missing all of Turvey's moves.
and does that, and then unfortunately there are 3 more. Another one of them is going to go for Turvey as well. Boop. 17. Come on, Turvey. Dex. Natural 20. Turvey's like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going over there. It's like, and avoids these 2 Kotoa that are trying to grab onto him. And the other 2 are going to come clambering up onto the boat and across next to you, Alora. And they're both going to attack you with their spears. 17.
Yes, that is.
Okay, that is 6 damage. And the second one only gets a 7, so they miss. And the other 2 are going to go for you, Ignatius. A 10 misses, 18 hits, and that is 8 piercing reduced to 4. So yeah, these Kotoa hooked spears stick into your side, uncomfortably reminding you of certain ritualistic incisions that were made recently. And it is your turn, sir.
Right. So I just want to reread this. Maybe I should re-rage. Just to make it official. So I'm going to use my last rage just to make it official.
Okay.
Now, for sure, the Ancestral Protectors come out. So the first creature I hit has disadvantage on attacking anybody else.
Gotcha.
Me.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go to attack him again.
The big guy, yep.
Boss.
Okay.
Recklessly. Didn't need to, but okay. Hey, okay. Well, 19 plus 6 again.
Okay, nice. Damage on that.
So, let's roll that damage. That is only 7 points of slashing.
Alright. So, 7 slashing, and this is now bloodied. You see, he's got various wounds cut into him. Okay. And then it is his turn. Now he gets advantage against you, right? Because of your reckless attack. Okay, so he goes to bite you. Only a 12. Then with his fists, a 23. So that is 7 bludgeoning reduced to 3 and 4 lightning. So 7 total.
Okay.
Smack! And the other fist comes swinging round. Smack! 21. And that is, exactly the same. So 14 total for the round. You okay, so? Yep. Okay, so yeah, smack, there's lightning crackling. The whole scene, Elora, is lit up as these lightning flashes crackle around as the attacks hit home. Like this. Come on, sorry. Punch.
And there's this strange blue light playing over the fish skins and the fish scales of this creature's fists. And Corbin, it's your turn.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm still getting dragged.
Yep.
Do I see any? Well, can I see? Period. Is there any source of light at all?
No, not down here under the water here. No, sorry.
Not down here under the water, and they seem to just still be pulling me out. Does it seem like they're trying to drown me, or does it seem like they're going somewhere?
They are just going straight down. So yes and yes. But they, I mean, going on what you saw above, maybe they're just running. They're going to drag you under here until you pass out.
Okay, I would like it. I would like to thrash around really, really like a lot, like I'm suddenly, and then just stop.
Okay, noted. Thank you. So you are faux knocked out.
I'm fully knocked out. I want to get taken to where the others are so I can help them.
Yes, indeed. Okay, thank you. And Turvey's turn. Turvey's going to go for this one that he got down on his last legs before. Nyah! Natural 20 again. He got natural 20. Turvey is absolutely bossing this whole fight. He's like, you take my sister and you unleash the beast. And that is a total of 11 piercing damage. So he just beheads this Kotoa. Just completely destroys it. And he's just like, ah! On the boat. He spins to the one behind him. Ooh, what happened?
Who else wants a piece of the turvy?
All right. And Alora, your turn. Ignatius, you'll be next.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and attack the creature that was going for Ignatius with my short sword.
If you do that, you'll have to move away from the ones that are surrounding you. You'll be attacked.
Oh, okay.
Because you see how the big one's on the opposite side of Ignatius to where you are, and you've got the 3 around you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then I'll try to move, and I'll try and get around them.
Okay, so where are you moving to?
Right next to him, on the upper hand side.
So here?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, or you're going to take a flurry of blows from these different, not from Corbin, don't worry, from not that kind of flurry of blows, from these Kotora. They all lash out with their spears. That is a 19.
Yep.
So that's 7 damage. The second one, natural 20.
God,
7
don't go down.
7 damage. And the third one, 21. 7 damage.
I'm down.
Okay, so the Kotoa lash out as Alora rushes to Ignatius's aid, and the spears all. I mean, they're not stabbing you with them because they're trying to knock you out. So they just they smack you with the butts of the spears, and just this flurry of blows, just raining down on top of you, and you just collapse in the boat. Ignatius, you see Alora fall unconscious next to you.
Okay.
Yes, rage. And they're like Tusken Raiders but fishy. And it is their turn, and left free to their own devices, one of them will go and help against the vicious beast that is Turvey. Actually, no, there's already 2 on Turvey. That should be enough. Okay, the first one's going to try and grab. It's a 17 with the help from the other one. Turvey, come on. Where are those natural 20s? 14! Oh, Turvey's done such a good job so far. He's been fighting off these Kotor, but they're just swarming up. More and more of them coming out of the water, and one of them grabs him and just falls backwards with him clasped in their arms under the water, and they disappear. Boop. And the other ones, this one is actually going to spin round the side here, next to Elora's unconscious form, grab her, and pull her off the side. Bye.
I don't
And
appreciate how her toe can disappear.
Ignatius, as he just kind of like limply sloops into the water, disappears. And Ignatius, you are left with 3 of them and their leader all ganging up on you. Aren't you glad that flanking isn't a thing anymore in my games?
Okay.
Now, do they also get advantage because you recklessly attacked, or is it just the one you attacked?
Yeah, any attack for that.
Any? Oh dear. Okay, so the 3 of them go for you. That is a 19 for 3 damage. That's already. I'll say it halved already. Okay.
Okay.
So the damage I say is what you take. So that's 3 damage. The second one, 22 to hit. So that is 2 damage. And the third one gets a 19 for 2 damage again.
Okay.
So these spear hafts are just like ding, 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 as they're all like just bouncing off you, rattling off your horns and hide. And it is your turn, sir.
All right. Well, I'll just keep going for this guy in front of me until the bitter end.
Mhm.
So, not recklessly though.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, natural one. So.
Oh no! Distracted by all of the fish folk swarming around you and your disappearing friends, they all disappear off into the water. Okay. And the large creature turns on you, that leering, fishy grin, and goes for you with a bite. Chomp, 17. That is 2 damage. And then the fists with their lightning crackling on the surface still. 25. Which is 3 bludgeoning, it's reduced to 3, and 4 lightning, so 7 total.
Okay.
And then the other fist swings around. 19. And that is a total of 5 damage.
Alright, I'm down.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this Kuotoa monitor is what they're called. Rises up and just goes to bite you and just takes a big gash chomp into your shoulder, and then the fists with that lightning arcing behind them, and the other smack a big uppercut, and the lightning crackles up through your jaw and up to the tips of your horns as you down to the base of the boat. As the boat almost tips over, and a couple of the Kotor are thrown into the water by that sudden movement, and you see them regain their composure. Scaly, slimy hands grab onto you, and we are left as our view pans out. We see the mirror-like waters of the Dark Lake slowly settle and return to their gently flowing state. A gentle flow that takes with it 3 empty mushroom-capped boats as they are taken by the current, and slowly drift away. Corbin, you. Hang on. Just gonna do a quick catch-all here. You feel yourself. Before you were pretending to be unconscious, you were just being dragged down, deeper and deeper. And then, as you pretend to go unconscious, you feel a shift in the direction, and you start to go sideways instead. What do you do?
As long as I don't feel any type of like weight, like it's about to fish me on the side of a boat, I'm gonna stay like weightless. Like I'm gonna let my body go slack, so it's just being dragged around. But that's all I'm doing. I can't see. There's no way for me to look for my surroundings.
Yeah.
I'm just letting myself be taken.
Okay. So you feel your body wrapped up in this net, dragged through the water, again, slowly, you feel you're on a slight incline, like slight diagonal up through the water, and you start to rise up towards the surface once more. And you... Give me... What would it be? Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution. I'm not rolling it on the dice roller. I care about my character. And it's a save, or is it just a plain throw?
Save.
All right, well then +1, that gives me a big old 13.
Okay, that's enough. As you are dragged up out of the water, you resist the temptation to just go and be very, very conscious. You manage to just slowly intake your breath and control your breathing as you have done in meditation so many times before, and do not give away the fact that you are actually conscious. And you feel yourself dragged up onto a beach after some time. So there was dry land a little ways away, just not anywhere right nearby, and you feel yourself being dragged up onto some not gravel this time, like a hard rock shelf on the edge of the water. And are you gonna just crack your eyes open just a little bit?
Like as I came out the water, I want make sure my hood is still over my face, very similar to how it is in the picture where you can't see my eyes. Yeah. And yes, I would like to open them.
Okay. And you stealthily, carefully open your eyes, and you see a large group of these fish-like creatures, with this bulkier one that was fighting Ignatius, and all of your comrades. Hello. All of your friends, all of those that were taken, the ones that were taken from the boat earlier as well, they are all lying unconscious on this rock surface, and the fish-like creatures are moving between them, binding their hands and ankles, their wrists and ankles together over poles, long poles, looking like they're about to be carried. That laugh is just in the music, not in the... And you see all of your friends unconscious and being prepared for transport. And the large one's like... Just directing them.
Yeah, no. It's just... Alright, so sitting there, all kind of netted up, being dragged. Is there any point in time in which the person who is dragging me drags me behind a rock or with any type of cover?
No, sorry, everyone's in this one big group together here.
Everybody's just in this one spot. Okay, yeah. Cool. No, that's fine. I'm going to make a fist with my hand, with the needles on them, and make them my chosen weapon of the day. So now they are my monk weapons, and I get proficiency with any attack I do with them. And they're like, okay, we're just gonna make sure that, and I'm assuming I get dragged over to where everybody else is, but they're unconscious and being kind of hung up.
Being, attached to these poles, and you see their gear is being collected and put in sacks.
Yep, and with that being said, I'm gonna take 3 of them and go and take them off my fingers and put them in my mouth and continue to be there like that, so I can have a weapon on me while they tie me up.
Nice. Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Of course. I need more than one screen. I have too many tabs.
Yeah, it's definitely a lifesaver.
All right, that's a 10, and then sleight of hand is +5. Yes, proficiency in dexterity 15.
Okay, so yeah, you're pretty sure that none of them noticed this happening. and especially I probably should have given you an advantage. Actually, you're concealed by the net as well. We get that kind of that view you get in movies sometimes. Where the camera's inside the net and you're just like seeing out through the gaps in the net, right? Seeing all of this happening. And then the net is wrenched off you, and you feel them take your other weapons, the ones that you haven't concealed, and then they start to bind your wrists and ankles on a similar pole. And eventually, after a short time, it's completed, and there's a whoop, and they lift them up. And just because I can't resist myself, they start to move off down this rocky ledge, which opens up into a tunnel on the side of the cavern, and they disappear away from the water and into the darkness of this tunnel. And they all start kind of singing to themselves. Doing their Ewok song when they're carrying.
I can't stand you.
Sorry. And they're carrying Han Solo.
As we're joyfully being sacrificed. Gotcha. Keep it. Go on.
This is a good day for the KOTOR. It's a good day for the KOTOR. So, you're still going to play along, yeah? You're going to just play unconscious.
You tell me what I'm supposed to do right now, homie.
You can take them.
How many of them are there? These are just the ones that are carrying me, or am I in a procession of all of me and my comrades?
There are 10 of them. There are more than on the screen here, because these are the ones that attacked. These are joined by the ones that grabbed the ones off the boat before. So there's 10 of them, and you got this.
Are Ignatius or Laura, are either one of them near me at all?
Relatively, yeah.
Yeah, kind of relatively. Then let's see. Who would be more? It's not that I don't admire you greatly, but I just feel like rage would be a lot more useful right now. I would like to gambit one of my darts from my mouth into Ignatius with healing, so that he can wake the fuck up.
Nice. Okay. Give me.
That's why I was...
Give me a dex, dex-based. Well, just like your normal dart attack. Because Sonic, you are as proficient at spitting them as you are at throwing them.
I learned a lot at the monastery. I don't think they thought this would be one of the better things I learned.
All those watermelon seeds. That's a popular thing in Japan. The watermelon seed spitting contest. How far can it go?
Hey, I rolled a 13 plus 5, 18.
Okay. And
that was to hit?
Mm-hmm. So, Ignatius, you feel a warm, healing glow, accompanied by a sharp prick sensation as this dart plunges into your side to heal you.
Now, as for how much it heals you, I think that's dependent on a roll of mine.
It is. It will be. Yeah.
Okay. So do.
Corbin, features and traits. Keep your hand of healing. Yeah, it's 1d4.
1d4. All right. Good. 1d4. Do.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an attack. You can just touch. It says touch a creature. Like we've just like.
I know it doesn't have to be. I couldn't touch him. I asked.
I think we've flavored it as healing boops and healing punches so much that we've forgotten it's just touch.
Right? Those are for the people at home. We know what I mean. It's gonna give you 2.
2. All right.
I rolled a 2 on my d4.
But that does bring you to consciousness, Ignatius. Now, I would imagine that you don't come round so quietly. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Give it. You got more.
Well, I'm trying to see here. I'm actually out of range, so I don't know if I would be. So I would just be like, "Ah!" and then look around.
Yeah, so it's kind of bellowing, kind of like cry as you wake up. And the KOTOR around you and that KOTOR monitor, they're just like, and they start panicking. And Corbin, thank you very much for that distraction. Because as they start to panic, they suddenly start to panic even more as out of the darkness from up on rock shelves around, spears.
Opsy.
It's very similar spears to what they're carrying are hurled along with nets that you saw before as well. And from around there is an ambush, and you hear again similar Kuo-toa speech, and spears come raining down and nets come arcing out of the darkness, and there's just a and you see another group of Kuo-toa led by hang on, let me double check. Let's do this properly. Okay, yeah, you see 6 normal Kuo-toa warriors, but then led by 2 of these big ones, like the one that was fighting Ignatius, with their lightning playing around their fists, and they all just come charging down off the side. And up above, you see a very regal-looking character. As let's see if I can get the one of the separate art for this. Yeah, I was going to say, oh, there is, excellent. Okay. Let me do this. There we go. Okay. As up on a rock shelf high up above, we see this other Kuo-toa character. Let me just do a quick edit here, get rid of all the secrets. Leave you with just the picture. Boop. And boop. As you see up, directing these new forces, these newcomers, you see a different character. This one. Standing above, and he's just like, and he's like gesturing with that staff, and like, you know, down towards the attacking Kuo-toa, and they all come charging down and attack the other ones that were keeping you captive. And you see he starts to swirl his hands around, and not lightning but other magical energy starts to form around his hands, and he at first he creates a spectral image very similar to that strange figure that he's carrying on his cane, and this cane swoops down and just does a massive swooping uppercuts on the one that was fighting Ignatius and lays him out cold. And then he, with a swoop of his claws and his other hand, this mist starts to form, and you see, very similar to what you just saw with Ignatius earlier, you see this group of ghostly spectral Kuo-toa appear, and these spiritual guardians start to attack all of the enemy Kuo-toa as the his allies fall upon them with the surprise and the attack that they had, and they're too fast and too strong, and before you know it, they lose a couple of their number, but they do destroy the ones that had attacked you, and you are all, you know, placed on the ground and forgotten as they try and fend off these attackers. And there's this flurry of communication between them all. They're all shouting at each other it's a very bizarre sound. It's like war cries and pains and screams and, you know, accusations flying in this Kuo-toan language.
I would like to try to escape while all of this is happening.
Absolutely, yes. Give me a strength check.
Okay. Strength check. Yeah, I can do that. Probably. You doing too much. 11.
Unfortunately, this fish gut cord, this tough, leathery cord, is too tough to break. And you're trying to break free. And actually, one of the attacking Kuo-toa sees you, that you're conscious, and Ignatius, you too, and they break away from the others and they cut you free. And we're not actually going to roll any initiative or anything. How do you assist them in this combat? Ignatius, what do you do? You're released. You see the one that was fighting you on the boats. He was laid out by the spiritual weapon of the priest, but he starts to rise up off the floor. You see his hands crackling with that lightning again.
Oh, do I see Zakan and Laura here?
Everyone is there. Yep.
Everyone, is Zakan awake, or he's knocked out as well?
He's knocked out.
It's you and me, buddy. I haven't healed nobody else yet.
Like I said, this is going to be successful, right? These guys have rescued you, but how do you help them? Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I guess I'll look for the bulk of them, kind of direct them toward the leader if I can. Kind of pointing away.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll even try and grapple him.
Okay, so you're rushing for that leader. Okay, you got those nasty looking horns of yours.
Yeah. Run in and spike him one. Try
Okay,
it.
so yeah, you just go charging across to where this one is standing, rising up off the floor, and just even as he's about to push up off the floor, your horns just pin him back down, and just crush him onto the stone floor, and you see him just gargle in that long, a la Jabba the Hutt, that long tongue just come lolling out of the mouth, as it dies. Corbin, what you doing? You kind of like do that breakdancing, like spinning kick up off the floor and stand up again?
Yep, into a group of them, and then just kind of you see me go tick tick to like put them back on, and then Furia blows into the closest nearest target. At some point, I would like to high five Ignatius a little more.
Okay, as you run past it, you run past him, you high five each other, and then
Pretty high.
with
Just
a
like, I gotta jump to get it.
spinning whirl of blade death, you just go spinning into this group, and then almost as soon as it began, suddenly it's finished, and you find yourselves in. Hang on, get this. Okay, here. You find yourselves in this tunnel. Your captors dead and dying on the ground, and these new Koator all stood around you.
Okay. I would like to start not healing people with my key points, but like doing medicine checks to stabilize people, because we need homeboy who can speak to them to wake up now.
Everybody is just unconscious. Nobody's in threat of death. So
Okay, so
I think you've seen Zakan help people before. So if you bring him back, then he could use his lay on hands. Like he's just using like 1 point of lay on hands, and each one's like boop 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 boop.
right, I will do just that thing. Is like they're just like standing there and like 1 second, like over there and like wake them up.
Yeah.
So
Hang on, let's see here. Right, he does have lay on hands, doesn't he? Healing hands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's only once per long rest. Damn it. But anyway, yes, you slowly and this this priest helps. This priest come he's like
yeah.
awkwardly clambers down off the sledge. It was a very dramatic place to be standing, but it's like he's just like clambers down.
Oh no, he's dramatic. He's my favorite.
Swoops with the staff. He's like. Elora, you're being
Thank
addressed.
you.
Oh, okay. It happens.
And he goes over to Shushar and wakes him up, and then is using his magic. He's using
that
his
fish priest.
his healing magic, and you see. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, I forgot. He does have tongues. So he like puts his hands to his chest, and you see this strange almost kind of algae, kind of green lights just kind of like spread out across his chest, and he turns. He's like, "We are very glad to have found you," and you all understand what he's saying. I believe it doesn't change what he's speaking, but it becomes comprehensible.
Understandable, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's like. And it finally, helps all of you and your friends up, and everyone is slowly brought round to consciousness. And as everyone is gathered, he clambers up onto a boulder, so he's taller, even than. And Ignatius, he looks at you, and he's like, he nods. He's like, could you sit down, so I'm taller?
All right.
So,
I'll do as well, trying to tend to people, even if I can't do medicine, but something just trying to help them up.
Everyone's brought back to consciousness. It's okay.
Okay.
And you, and the other Kuator that rescued you, they all kind of gather around, and they're kind of reverently looking up at this priest. And he clambers up on this boulder, so he's higher than everyone. He's like,
"Adventurers, I am Pluplupine. I am Archpriest of the Sea Mother, Blubdulflup. She answers my prayers by delivering you to us in our hour of need. Help us, and you will be rewarded for your service."
Oh, love how Laura's just like, yes, I understand. It made the fucking
There's an exchange of some kind. Why do you need our help in particular? You saved us.
And he's like, my city, Subrudop, is under vast crisis. We had thought that adventurers had come to our aid, but no sooner had they dealt with one problem, they vanished in a cloud of darkness. That was last night. The religious fervor is rushing through our habitation with even more virility than normal, and not one but 2 pretender gods have risen up. At first, I thought it was just a phase, just something that would pass, but my own daughter, Blueblipod, she has gone over and has claimed herself leader of one of these new faiths. We must deal with them. Unfortunately, those that arrived yesterday have passed on and are not able to help us anymore, even though they destroyed one of the false idols that was being worshipped. In the name of the Sea Mother, I implore you that you come to our aid and deal with this misguided actions of my daughter.
Well, I feel that a favor is owed. You did save us. What do the rest of you feel, Elora?
Feels fair. I would be dead right now.
Yes, I believe in my experiences and visits to Slubludup, it is usually a gracious and welcoming host. It would, and he looks apologetically at you, Ignatius. It would behoove us to help them as best we can.
Okay.
I came up on the word before I didn't decide to make a pun. It's just felt the can to me. Corbin?
Okay. So we'll help save Blueberry Pop. They do not laugh. That is me as a Kazan player. Their face is so straight. They're like, I did it. I said it.
The priest winces for a moment. He's like, Blueblipod, I thank you. My people have lived in harmonious service to the will of the Sea Mother for some time. There, of course, were occasional visionaries who stirred up trouble. And at this, he casts a wall-eyed glance over at Shashar, who kind of raises his chin, defiantly. But it was nothing of great concern. But a few weeks ago, Blueblipod, my own daughter, said apparently she experienced a powerful vision of one she calls Limo Gugun. The Deep Father. I do not know. This is a travesty and is driving the faithful away from the Sea Mother. Not helped by the fact that this new deity seems to have given her a great increase in her magical power. Followers are flocking to her every day, away from the Sea Mother. We are split in 2, fighting amongst ourselves. Thankfully, no longer we are split in 3, but those that worshipped that strange horse-like creature yesterday that was defeated. A lot of them also, some of them returned to the fold, but many of them, they joined this new so-called Limu Gogan. They are flocking to their banner every day, and followers of the Deep Father have been making an increasing number of offerings on his altar, blood sacrifices, and then casting that bloody chum into the waters of the Dark Lake. He gestures over back towards the way you came from, where it is consumed by something. He looks very perturbed.
I have a question.
Yes, adventure.
Your daughter, who's heading this new group, how would you feel about taking her down? Are you capable? Are you comfortable with that?
What are you saying? Yes, of course, she is a heretic. You should gut her like a fish, and her innards can decorate the statue of the Sea Mother.
Okay, just checking. All right.
Just right.
Oh, okay. Know where we stand.
So even if there's a chance to save her, we should probably just take her out instead.
It is the only way.
Got that. All right.
The Sea Mother demands it. Such blasphemy.
Well then. How do we proceed?
We will escort you back to Sumerup. I am still in charge at the moment. And I would suggest a ruse. I want to use you as bait. I want a strip of water. Just the timing of that was so good. As bait, it was like and the silence after. So it's very. I don't know if you can hear it. It's very,
Corbin's like
very
waiting
quiet.
for their response because they're like, "Oh, when I said let's be bait, everybody looked at me funny, but you said let's be bait, and suddenly we're all on board."
Not really in a position to refuse, I suppose, but I assume you've thought this plan through.
Don't
Corbin's
worry.
like,
My daughter is in constant need of sacrifices for the Deep Father, and you will be seen as a rich prize, such a collection of sacrifices to be given. But do not worry. I, Pluplupin, shall offer you, seemingly as a token of peace and reconciliation, but it is only to get us closer to my daughter.
Can I do an insight check?
Yes, absolutely.
"Oh,
There you go. Now you're learning.
No. I got a 17.
Excellent. Yeah, he's 100%. Serious and honest.
down for the cause." Okay.
Yeah, this is definitely happening. And he actually he gives you more details. So I'm going to spare my voice. He gives you more details about the strange increase of these people, going towards this different cause and this more aggressive, more crazed actions of their people, and it does somewhat alarmingly remind you of the visions and things that you've come across throughout the Underdark. And Zakarn goes out of his way to mention that there is definitely a new force at play here in the Underdark that is causing this disruption, this chaotic energy that seems to be present in all of the various groups and factions that you've come across so far. So, Pluplupin carries on and says that they want you to disrupt the this upstart faction's rituals, which will allow his true believers of the Sea Mother to, quote unquote, cut off the head of the cult.
Fair.
And he's like, I promise you all that you will be well rewarded for your aid. And Shashin's like, surely there is a less violent option. Why must we always resort to these? Let me tell you, brothers. And he turns and spreads his arms to the other Krotoa. and he's like, I have been journeying through the Dark Lake for many a month, and my mystical journey has led me to... And the priest is like, be silent! How dare you come into these times of disruption and confusion and spread more lies, more false beliefs? And the other Kuotoa all stand up with their spears. Do any of you say anything to Shashin?
To Shashin or to the
Sorry, Shashar.
priest?
Sorry.
Shashar?
Yes. Shashin's his sister.
Oh.
Sorry. No, I don't know where that came from. Yes, Shishar.
Yeah, it was shush.
Shush, Shar.
Yeah, he thinks you're about to call him, and he turns. He's like, and he looks.
Maybe this isn't the best time to spread your beliefs. However, Shishar has been a very good companion to us. I would hate to see him brought to harm.
If he can hold his tongue.
You feel a wet, scaly slap on your shoulder, Ignatius.
He would do well to follow this one's advice.
And he looks up at you. He's like, oh, yeah. It goes back to his stone, clambers back up so he's taller than you again.
Yeah. No, I'm kneeling. I was kneeling. I was like on the floor. So
You're still taller than him.
Yeah.
Kneeling down.
Still taller than him.
Especially with
why
your
I'm
extra
Oh.
wild magic height.
He's like, very well. Let us head to Srubbledup and confront this menace.
And he's like,
Will you assent to being our captives? We must, I'm afraid, bind you just at the wrist so that we may pretend to be escorting you.
First, teach me how to say non-believer in your language.
Brutaga.
You're gonna like spend the whole time they're getting tied up, like trying to get the pronunciation right.
yeah.
Like they're really gonna try to like get it down so it sounds right. It is probably weird to everybody else, like, why? Why is that what you want? But they explain it's a contingency plan.
So yes. I'll put that in chat for you. As I try and decide what letters
How
would,
many L's?
what letters would represent what I just said off the top of my head. There we go.
Say it again, but go like this on the keyboard, whatever it
There you go,
lands
there
on.
you go.
That's how you say it.
Brutaga.
There you go. Oh, yes. And Ignatius, just by chance, you were still facing Shishar when you said that, and Plupleen's like,
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, you're my favorite.
Have you ever considered the priesthood?
And
You're one of the good ones.
he actually casts guidance on you. You just feel this
Oh.
warmth of the sea mother through you. And
Together we shall destroy all Brutagar.
and
There you go.
and
Hold on, what?
and then he leads the procession as the other ones pretend to tie you up. And you see they've done it very loosely. You could pull out of that. It looks legit, but you could pull out of them easily if you wanted to.
Mhm.
And I think actually there's a way they do the knots. So there's like a little tail of thread, and if you just bring it up to your mouth and bite onto that and then pull away, it will just pull it open.
Oh,
Yeah, they're good. They're good fishermen and stuff. They make nets and things all the time, so they're good with that kind of thing. And they lead you off and onwards towards the dark caverns that lie beyond. As you travel for some time, I'm going to wrap things up here, but as you travel after a short time, it does open up once more into another vast cavern. And as you're approaching, you see across the opposite side of this massive underground lake, you see what looks like hang on, I'm trying to find the box text for us, because I'm not against a bit of box text from time to time. And yes, as you are approaching, you see what looks like a huge kind of bundle of it looks like a bundle of reeds. Like kind of stretching up and above. Where is it? Sorry, I know it's somewhere around here. Excuse me, everyone.
Did you say that we're all healed? Are we getting like a short rest while we're being carried inside?
I think I think Plooploopine talks for long enough that you can get a short rest, yes.
Okay.
Just talking and talking and talking. Okay, here we go. So yeah, as you emerge onto the shore of this vast lake, you see across the way what appears to be a massive tangle of reeds stretching up into the darkness above, and it's lit by glowing spots of phosphorescence. As you make your way around, skirting around the edge of the lake, you see that it's actually a series of rickety towers that are lashed together by rope and plank bridges, set in various haphazard patterns. And then even up above the ground, it looks like the Kuatoa are building in line with their aquatic sensibilities, looking like as if they're building underwater. And you see, I have a handout for you. Zoop. Dun. Supersize this. As you see, yes, across this collection of buildings illuminated from within and again. Hey, Savanti, how you doing? So we're just wrapping up. Thank you for dropping on by. Always a pleasure to see you. And you see this structure, and you make your way around the water with your Kuatoa guards pretending to escort you to a pretend sacrifice. And next time we are back here in the Underdark, we shall find out what is happening with the Limogugun. What is the aftermath of this other party of so-called adventurers that came crashing through Slubadop yesterday evening. And we shall find out if you are able to subdue this upstart cult of Bluktagar. And thank you, my dear players. Thank you all for joining us today. And everyone that watched, thank you for coming on by. An absolute pleasure to have you, as always. And do stick around later on today for us. Tomorrow morning, if you're in the US, we will be heading back to Barovia, talking about dealing with the aftermath of one-shots. The Barovia Curse of Strahd group will be dealing with whatever happened to Vallaki during last week's honey heist. So we shall be seeing just what happened to that poor sleepy town in the Barovian Valley later on today, and see how the party reacts after they were ragdolled around the place by Strahd, and he proved that he was perfectly capable of entering what they thought was the holy ground of the church. And what will happen to Irina now that she is no longer safe here in Vallaki? Do join us later for Curse of Strahd. Then, tomorrow evening, our time in Japan, we will be going descent into Avernus as the crew delves deeper into the bleeding citadel on their quest for Zariel's sword. What other horrors await them? They did just defeat some pustule-ridden, goat-headed demons, only to find they had been playing with the body of a dead hag in a pool of blood. We shall see what else lies in wait for those adventurers tomorrow. Then, a very special thing to wrap up my birthday week, as we're enjoying ourselves every day this week. We have a lovely, very special one-shot with the lovely, lovely people from KEBG podcast. They were very intrigued by my talk of D&D when I guested on their podcast, and they all wanted to try a one-shot. And so we made it part of our birthday celebrations this week, and we will be heading over there Saturday evening, and we're doing a special one-shot with all of them. So do come by for that one-off chance to see this new bunch of players and see how they take to D&D. It should be a good time. Next week, we will be taking a short holiday for our Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign, as it is a national holiday, Golden Week, here in Japan. But fear not, because we will return to the Underdark. Our Out of the Abyss game is our first game next week, so do join us and see what happens in Slublup next time we are there. And finally, from me, before I turn it over to Ignatius here, next month we are very honored to have been invited to take part in the Games Tavern's charity event happening in May, so do keep an eye out on our Twitter for more information about that. We've got some excellent sponsors. Coldbot Press is in there, D&D Beyond is in there, lots of others. There's going to be a bunch of amazing sessions throughout the weekend. Our Descent into Avernus is actually opening up the whole event, I believe, and then our Rime of the Frost Maiden is happening on their last day. So join us for those campaigns and enjoy those sessions and all of the other sessions happening as part of that very worthy cause. and do give generously if you are able. And that is all, I believe, from me. Ignatius, what you got going on? Or should I say Chris?
Well, also on this Saturday, Friday in the States, we have our normal campaign, Modern
Woods?
D&D.
Woods?
We're back back in the future. And then also, actually, speaking of podcasters, Sylvie is interviewing somebody Saturday night.
Nice.
Friday morning. It's called Nerds That Get Paid. It's a podcaster as well. Nerds That Get Paid. She interviews people herself. And then back to also the second part of our All Tarask one-shot on Tuesday.
No.
Players managed to stay alive through the first Tarask. We'll see what happens after the other 50. So
Oh, you're still fighting through that. Sorry, I couldn't stay awake to see the end of that. Yeah. A Tarask is not such an easy thing to deal with.
Yeah, right.
Surprise. Right, okay, so thank you so much. And again, another massive thank you to our players here. If you're with us, do stick around for a raid. Our good friend EDH is playing some Left 4 Dead 2. So let's head on over there and give him a hi hello. If you've got him, let those phoenixes fly, and let us head on over and give him a hi hello. He's always very supportive of us here, and always jumping on by. So once more, thank you everybody, and thank you for joining us. And as we like to say around these parts, matane. See you next time.
Bye.